4 males are said to have been hospitalised after a mass stabbing event at a migrant hotel in Ireland. 4 males have been brought to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries in Ireland after a mass stabbing event at one of the country's many migrant hotels. Led by an extremely globalist coalition of political parties, the European Union member state has pursued a radical policy of open borders since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine earlier this year, with around 65,000 would-be refugees and asylum seekers supposedly from Ukraine and beyond arriving in the country this year. Such a massive influx into a nation of only around 5 million people has put great strain on resources, with the government rapidly running out of places to house many of the new arrivals, often resorting to contracting out hotels and even using disused office blocks to lodge migrants. It was reportedly at one of these hotels where the stabbing incident occurred, with the Irish Times reporting that police were called out to the Hotel Killarney at around 8:30 p.m. on Sunday evening local time, which is currently being used as migrant accommodation. 2 men in their titties are said to have been arrested in relation to the incident, and a forensic investigation is now set to take place at the scene on Monday. The sudden presence of tens of thousands of migrants, many of whom do not even claim to be Ukrainians, in Ireland has led to significant social disquiet over the past 12 months, with many in the country questioning their government's willingness to house foreign nationals at a time when many in the country are struggling to afford homes themselves. Questions have also been raised as to who exactly is being granted permission to stay in the country by state authorities, with one video going viral in the country last week depicting a migrant saying that the Irish will have to adjust to the demands made by new Muslim arrivals. In the video, the migrant, who claims to be from Afghanistan, expresses annoyance that he and his fellow Muslims are not allowed to cook their own food or have their own Muslim chef while in migrant accommodation. He later went on to tell Irish Freedom Party leader Herman Kelly that asylum seekers are not willing to compromise on their religion to fit in with locals. While saying that migrants were willing to adopt local clothing and language, the migrant stated that religion cannot be adapted to the Irish way of life. "You have to deal with that," the migrant went on to tell Kelly. Speaking to Breitbart Europe, Kelly claimed that the recent influx has put Ireland on the same road as many other European nations, and that mass migration will inevitably lead to higher instances of violence on the island. Far from Irish exceptionalism on immigration, Ireland is currently on track to mirror other European states where more unvetted immigration means more theft, violence, and sexual assault, he said. This multiple stabbings incident at a former hotel in Killarney, handed by the government over to the sole use of migrants, should increase public weariness regarding immigration into Ireland, Kelly continued. It's not only leading to more violence, but it's putting a huge strain on our tourism sector, our housing market, as well as access to healthcare and other public services. It's quickly approaching a time when many people will say enough is enough. We've got to call a halt to uncontrolled, unvetted immigration into Ireland. The safety and prosperity of the Irish people must be our priority, he went on to say. We cannot and will not house the world.